don't believe in miracles? Well, grab some popcorn and buckle up, because we're rolling out a collection of moments when the impossible became possible. How close is too close? He was just 1 inch away from de-decorating that wall. Being blinded while driving would typically mark the end of the road for most drivers, unless you're this guy. When you want to go rock climbing, but you just had your nails done. This must be what happens when your basketball team studies magical spells during practice. I bet this kid became the hero of gym class after this catch. That's one way of getting ahead of your competition. Something tells me this trick is going straight over their heads. Like, look at this guy. Imagine trying to play a game of tennis with him in the middle. You're supposed to yell, "Timber!" when a tree falls to the ground, but what are you supposed to say when this happens? When you're playing FIFA and your teammate tries the same move as you? Hitting the gutters is common, but for the first time in history, it actually benefited someone. Hey, a strike's a strike. When you're neck and neck in a race, sometimes the only way to win is to activate Superman mode. Ever seen someone with the ability to turn off gravity? I've heard of axe throwing, but axe bouncing is something new. I guess that's one way to get a bullseye. Not only does this guy smash the ball way out of the park, but his bat toss straight up defies physics. This player must have thought that taking out the trash was part of his chores for the day. These bikers decided to make tightroping 1,000,000 times harder. When Robin Hood gives up archery to become an axe thrower. Ever heard someone say the sky's falling? Well, I'm sure when this couple decided to go for a stroll, they didn't expect to experience that firsthand. I didn't even know it was possible to jump over the entire sandpit. When you train for one sport and accidentally end up mastering a completely different one. Oh my God! I don't know whether to call this bravery or stupidity, but either way, this guy's lucky he's alive. It seems like this guy's skateboard wanted to show off its own skills. This is the kind of awesomeness that happens on men's fishing trips. This is just the first time they ever got it on tape. Someone call the Avengers and tell them we got a new Hawkeye. This skier turns his almost wipeout into a piece of pure magic. Maybe it's his inner snowboarder that saved the day. Skiing down a mountain is cool enough, but watch what happens when you add the world's longest rail slide. I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that this guy snatched a seagull out of the air with his bare hands, or the look on the seagull's face. Don't worry, animal lovers, he let him go. If you're gonna drop your phone while riding, make sure this guy's behind you. If this kid doesn't get the title of MVP after this buzzer beater, then I don't know what will. Next time I need to find a parking spot downtown, I'm just gonna call this guy. He seems like he's got it covered. This must be what delivery drivers have to do to get your Amazon Prime package on time. Usually if the guy in front of you goes down, you might as well kiss your chances of seeing the finish line goodbye. But sometimes, life gives you a second chance. These guys look like they're training for the next Matrix movie. Usually, beer pong's reserved for after class. So when this guy was given the chance to show off his skills during a lecture, he happily obliged. If you look up the word close call in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure you'll find this video playing on repeat. Axes are supposed to stick in the target, not bounce back at you at full speed. Luckily, this guy had reflexes to save his own life. Sometimes the planets align and save the day, like when this truck driver swerved to avoid a collision and somehow didn't end up on its side. Alright, which sport is this? American football or gymnastics? This snowboarder may have reached the atmosphere with this record-breaking jump. I've heard of skipping stones, but skipping a golf ball across the lake to get a hole in one is next level. Who knew that all you needed to plant a tree was a 4-story balcony? There's being skillful, and then there's just showing off. This is what it looks like to have your evasion skills dialed up to 10,000. Yeah, he deserves to be on a box of Wheaties after that. What's the difference between an impending airline disaster and a foam panel? The zoom function on your iPhone? After watching this, I decided to put butt skiing on the itinerary for my next vacation. I guess this is why they call dogs a man's best friend. Why catch a tennis ball with your hands when you can just do it as well with your racket? If this happened in the middle of a race, it'd be very dangerous. But luckily for everyone, they were dealing with one of the most well-behaved tires on the planet. This construction team decided to take the term demolition to the extreme and risk their lives in the process. Also, somebody should check on the downstairs neighbors. This pole vaulter nearly became a human shish kebab. This ski jumper flew so far, he might as well have bought a plane ticket. In situations like this, sometimes your only option is to bike surf. Unfortunately for him, he had no water to protect him, only asphalt. I'm guessing this guy doesn't have kids. I mean, look at his pull-out game. When you want to go bowling, but you're long-sighted. Hey dude, American Ninja Warrior called? They said they wanted you for the next season. These guys have skateboard traffic management mastered. I guess keeping right is harder? If the winner was determined by who had the most style points, I think we know who'd be taking home the gold. I don't know who this kid is, but with shots like that, he might be ready to go pro. Not even a bar stool in the middle of the lane can stop this bowling ball bending pro. Carnival games are always rigged, but in this case, the task failed successfully not only once, but twice. Yeah, they better give that kid a prize. They say to keep your eye on the ball, but what are you supposed to do when it completely vanishes? At first glance, this might look like nothing special, but look a little closer and you'll see that this guy's an expert at threading the needle. This is one way you can take the idea of washing your hair and turn it on its head. I think we can all agree, this is what a real night with the boys looks like. When your Hail Mary gets intercepted by a higher power. This kid thought he'd throw an orange at his friends as a joke. Little did he know that he's a practicing ninja with the reflexes of a cat. Watching this skier twist and turn is making me dizzy. Anybody got a drama mind? This guy decides to take the idea of a somersault to a whole new level. Or should I say, rapid. Ross Chastain found the secret boost along the wall to qualify for the championship race. I wish I could shoot my shot with women as well as this guy can shoot a shot in the pool. I don't know where this team got their goalie from, but he's built like a brick wall. I'm pretty sure a sledgehammer could even break through this guy. When you find yourself in a sand trap, sometimes the exit strategy is unconventional. At Clemson University, this guy sunk a 94-foot putt in order to win a contest for $10,000. Let's hope he used that money for his tuition. During this 4x100 relay, these guys decided to play a little game of hot potato to pass the time. This kid almost had to deal with a whole heap of broken ankles, but somehow ended up threading the needle.